Hello everybody, Iain Robson, welcome back to another episode of County Line. Alright, we got a couple things going on today. First off, if you recall from the previous episode, I mentioned that we are going to sell our combine and upgrade it to another combine. And I have the combine right here, already at the shop, ready to be sold. Let's go ahead and sell the header, yes, and reset and sell combine as well. So now we have $567,000, and let's go ahead and pick up a new combine. I did try another mod out. It was not good. Unfortunately for us. I thought it was going to be good, but actually in the end it didn't turn out to be so good. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy. Dual tires, rims stay color. We'll get the real tree decals here, like so. And for headers, let's get the Macdon 45-foot Draper. The first thing I realized is the Macdon, it's like I think it's $20,000 cheaper than this one. I don't know. I just like the way this one looks. That's the reason why I get it. And we'll leave it the same color with a little bit of white trim on there. Perfect. And let's go check out the new combine. So you guys have seen this one before. We've used this one in, I should say, on the server a little bit. I actually looked around for some other nice combines, but I didn't find anything that interesting, to be honest with you. Most of what I found was kind of like more of the same, unfortunately. And that's the reason why I was like, eh. So like the Cat Lexions I found, which were kind of neat. Well, the idea of it was neat. In the end, it was just the CR1090 reskinned, and had a really weird, what would you call it? Hitch on the back for some reason. So I don't know why, but it had like an enormous, like, elongated hitch. Now if it was on purpose or not, but it looked ridiculous, so I didn't like it. Anyhow, so now we have a new combine, because last time what was happening is we were harvesting field number 11, and it just felt like it took forever. So we basically just went from a 7.6 meter header to a 13 meter header. So we basically just about doubled the size, which is pretty awesome actually. So when you're using it, you're just like, wow, it's gonna feel like it's gonna go like greased lightning. Actually, you know what I could do? I don't think I have enough money for it though. Let me just pull over to the side here for a quick moment. Let the traffic go by, should there be any traffic behind us. We probably could we get a corn header here at the same time? Oh, we probably could. If I were to sell this one, which is 9 meters, and get this one, which is 12 meters. Yes. Yeah, we could do that. I'm just gonna sell it. I'm not gonna take it to the shop. I'm just gonna sell it right here, just to save time, basically. Where are we here? There we go. I've actually seen these Capello headers in real life. They're actually pretty huge, a lot bigger than you'd expect. That's the yellow one. Cool. So now we have an appropriate header for corn as well. Do a little bit of a ridiculous U-turn here. There we go. Excellent. I just was like randomly thinking about that. I'm like, well, if I want to harvest corn as well, this might be a nice addition to the team. I don't know why they connected these two areas, but they did, so I'm gonna go through these areas. I guess that is looks like the co-op, and this is the actual shop itself. So there you go. I don't know if this corn header color is going to be the exact color, but it'll be close. So there we go. Excellent. Alright, so I will meet you back at the farm. Alright, so I got the combine over here at the main yard here. I'm just going to put it in here for the time being, because we don't actually have anything else to combine yet. Actually, maybe I should check the wheat in field 10 to see what the deal is there, because I am not sure. Let us check. Again, our cows need some more grass. Grass that we can't give them because the grass that we gave them was baled and now it's disappeared already. Yeah, it's not ready yet. So 10 is not ready yet. Neither is 8, neither is 33. So we have to wait some more time. Also, I have this guy going down to the dairy farm and to pick up some manure because that is our fertilizer processor production line, I guess, is stopped for the time being because we don't have any fertilizer in it, or say we don't have any manure in it. Let's just double check here. As you can see, I left the trailer there just filling up, and I believe we need for manure, and we have a little bit of slurry still. We have 17. Is that 17,000? Wow. Okay, got lots of slurry still, but not none. No manure at all, basically. So that's why I'm setting the tractor down there. Tractor. Oh goodness, the tractor down there. Interesting. Got a little shop in there. All right, so we're gonna do that, and let's get our Steiger here real quick, and try not to crash into our Great Plains cedar there. And we'll grab our cultivator back here. And let's go ahead and attach this and do a little bit of fall tillage. Or say fall tillage. I guess this would be spring tillage, summer tillage. I don't know what you'd even consider this. It's not quite fall tillage yet because it's not in the fall, but if I can plant something now and then save myself the need to do it later on, that's pretty good. And we're just waiting for that T7 to be down by the dairy farm. And I'll show you why I have that conveyor belt right there. This is funny because last time I think I did tillage on this exactly the same field, which is kind of funny actually. Now, oh, there he is. So we'll get down to the field and then we'll check out the T7 there. Now, if memory serves, what we could do here is we could plant some tillage radish, or we could plant some grass, or I don't know what would happen with grass though, honestly. I'm not sure if it would be ready by the late fall, because I don't know if I could plant like if I could plant grass down here and then have another harvest of grass, that would be kind of neat. But alright, let's hop over to the T7 here, and let me show you why this conveyor belt is like right here. So if we just, oh, what button is it? I always forget which buttons it is. There we go. So I left it right in this exact spot so it can fill up the trailer really easily. I was using the front loader to do it, but I found this is a bit quicker in the end, just because the way these piles are, and they're kind of into the ground a little bit. So I found the conveyor belt was able to pick up more of the manure much easier than the front loader I found. So that's the reason why that's right there. And also, if we come around here, I have the same sort of setup for silage. So when we need to fill up for TMR, we got the silage right there. Still, we haven't used much silage yet. We haven't even touched this bunker at all. The reason why it's uncovered is because I think I accidentally pressed the button. So we still have 800,000 liters of silage here for our cows. And this one, what do we got in this one? Doesn't tell me at all, which is kind of funny actually. That's a bit strange. Wonder why it's not telling me here, but it's telling me over there. Oh well. C'est la vie. Actually, what I could do is I could probably move some of that silage if I wanted to over to this area at the end here. Might make my life a bit easier. Maybe we'll do that. Let's see, what do we got here? As I mentioned last episode, basically we have like all of our, like almost all the tractors are right here. I think the blade is, yeah, it's over their side there. Alright. There's the blade, as I suspected. We're just gonna push some of the silage closer to the conveyor belt while we're waiting for that manure to fill up there. There we are. Now the problem you actually run into with this is that it's kind of interesting, because what happens is this tractor has no problem lifting the blade at all. It's when it gets like really full is when you have a problem. I've discovered. It just can't handle all the extra. Can't handle all the extra weight on it. So let's see what happens here. We got a little bit there. And let's see if it's going to just drop right there. Yeah, see, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's not dropping like right there. Oops. It should be. So maybe this is a job for a front loader instead, but I don't know why it's not just dropping right there. Because it definitely should be. Now watch this. If I get closer to the silage itself, it probably will just drop at the end here. Nope, apparently it's not. Doesn't want to drop at all. And maybe it's just because it's like, oh, hey, that doesn't go there, which I think is actually the case of what's going on. So if I were to push this outside, I'm sure it would drop. Yeah, see, there it goes. Sometimes I don't understand this game. Really? You're stuck in that little tiny pile? Oh, goodness. If you ever get stuck like that, attaching and detaching the implement, whatever you're using, can be an effective way of getting unstuck, basically. I'm really surprised by that, actually. Yeah. Apparently that's just enough for it to get stuck. And there it goes. Alright, I guess I'll have to do that with a front loader. I'll deal with that later then, I guess. I was trying to make my life easier, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Alright, so it looks like our T7 is as full as it's going to be, because apparently that's all the manure we have. Alright. Send this guy on his way then. And head back into this guy. Unfold the all-rounder. Yeah, I'm not sure what we're going to do in this field yet. I'm not sure we're going to plant like grass. I think I'm going to plant oilseed radish, because I don't think I've ever done that on stream, or on camera, I guess would be the way I'm going to say it. Let's see here. No, it's not that wide. It's way wider than that. Why does it think it's 8 meters? What is this? 13? Let's check the shop. I always forget this one. Cultivator, the all-rounder is 14.5. This is why you double check her. 14.4? Oh, that's perfect. And because we have chopped straw enabled, and I already fertilized this field, we should see 2 stages after I cultivate this under. Nice. That's going to be pretty quick, I imagine, this field. Well, we're doing quite a good clip, actually. 16 kilometers an hour. That seems like it's pretty quick. Now, this is just a light tillage in comparison to the culti plow. So if we need to use the culti plow, then that would be a whole different story. But definitely works for this. So, nice. Yeah, definitely going to plant oilseed radish here now. Or I'm going to call it tillage radish. That's basically what it is. And once we cultivate that under, next spring, then what will happen is we will have 3 stages, I believe, because this will be, yeah, because once you cultivate oilseed radish, it'll be, it increases your fertilization by 1 stage. So this already has 2 after this cultivation. So that's going to get 3. So this is going to be a weird little, an interesting little test. So this is kind of like a, what would you call this? A cover crop. There we go. 1 second, more coffee is needed. Today is Saturday morning, which is why I'm drinking coffee. That's weird. Wonder why it's doing that bizarre... I'm just gonna skip a lane to make my turns easier here. Yep. One thing I don't like is the fact that you have to have this Grégoire Besson lift kit in the middle. Not a big fan of that. Oh, looks like your T7's there. Oh, it's not this point. I set up a waypoint here and a waypoint at the other location there, so just so in case it was one or the other, basically. Nice. Looks kind of like a silly setup with that little middle piece there, but just due to the fact that this cultivator requires a 3-point hitch, and alas, we do not have a 3-point hitch, so we're SOL, if people know that expression. Alright. Let's get this done. It shouldn't take too long, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, this is like, 2 passes is like, looks like it's half the field almost, so that's crazy. Oh, looks like our T7's at the other location now. Yeah, so this is the other location I was mentioning, and let's put the manure in there here, and then we're actually not producing enough manure to use organic materials in the can I do this from in cab? Maybe if I can see the edge. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good now. We're actually not producing enough manure or slurry, for that matter, to actually use only organic materials. There we go. And that'll get that fertilizer cooking again. Now, someone did actually link me a, I think it was a Meridian, I think, seed and fertilizer storage point. I looked around for some other versions of it, and I didn't. That was the only version I found. So I was kind of surprised, actually. So I don't know what the deal is there. I may have to check Maru. I think actually maybe you already did for some storage locations. So I'm not sure what the deal is on that. And probably what will happen is in day 9, I think our grass will be ready once again. Get some second cut in here. So this is where being able to like maneuver a bit more would be nice here. But it's not terrible. Once you like get the side of where you want to place your implement, it's not so bad. But it's funny, I was playing a little with ATS with the tandem trailers the other day. It was such a... The drive was fine. It was just the parking job was kind of rough. There we go. We'll just move this forward a little bit. I don't think we need this tractor for anything else right now. I don't think so, no. So we're back at the tillage here. And I think the next upgrade I'm gonna get is like this bothers me a lot. I don't know why it bothers me so much, but I think maybe if we have enough money in the fall, what we'll do is we'll upgrade to I think maybe the smallest of the big bud ones, which I don't think is that small. This one we're using right now is 14 meters, and I think the next one up from the big bud is the Swiftner SM 18,000, sorry, which is 18 meters. So we're going basically 4 meters up. And then the Flexicoil is 24 meters. So the only reason I want to use this versus this is because this one doesn't need a 3-point hitch, and that one does. And that just bothers me a lot. Like I mentioned, I'm weird, I know. Alright, there we go. Let's get lined up here. Excellent. Like I said, it shouldn't take too long to do this field, just because it's we have a 14 meter wide cultivator and we're just rocking, especially with this Case Steiger. This thing is just loaded with horsepower. Now the interesting part will be whether or not, or how much, how much slower or faster it'll be with the other cultivator eventually. But I think that's the other one, another next upgrade I'll get, because it just bugs me having this little the lift in the middle. Although it does match our tractor here, but I just find it a little bizarre. That's just me though. Yeah. that's just how I feel about it. Now the other thing we could do here as well is we could try and plant something else, like corn, for example. I don't know if it'll be ready, honestly, by the end of the year, but it's a possibility. But this field, I'm definitely going to use it. So here's field 11 right here, and the BGA is just down here, green earth biogas. And I think what I'm going to do is, once we get enough money, I'm going to let's just do this real quick before I forget about it. So it's 10. What I'm going to do is fire up the BGA, and when I fire up the BGA there, I guess we could do here. We'll get some more money from that as well. So that'll be a nice little revenue stream in the winter as well. So that'll keep our revenue positive, which will be nice as well. So that's the other thing we're going to try and get into eventually as well. Because the BGA extension is pretty awesome. If you never played with it, definitely recommend trying that mod out. It's kind of fun. You kind of have to manage your BGA. You can't just sell stuff. You have to like manage it a bit more. So you can put some solids in there. You can put some liquids in there as well. You can put slurry. So that's one of the other neat little aspects of the game. I like it, at least. That's not for everybody though. You can put potatoes and sugar beets in there, which is nice. So if you have too many potatoes, could be a nice little addition. Also, I found I was asking Farmer Beavis the other day, talking about some potential. That's why I was messing up there. Potential. There we go. Potential placeables, and that combination of the two P's was just rough this morning when I had one coffee, and I woke up after like 5 hours of sleep this morning. So it's not helping my case here. Anyways, so I talked to him about some potential placeables, and one of the ones he mentioned was castor ink. Which is kind of interesting, because what it does, or what it allows you to have at least, is it allows you to have a bit more process involved in the animals. I believe it is for, I believe it's for pigs and beef, if memory serves. So I'm gonna have to give that a go. I know Spudboy was looking at it the other day, and he said it was kind of neat, so I'll have to take a look at it and see what it's like. But apparently, basically what it does is it adds like another stage. So you have to take your pigs to like a butcher, and the butcher will make sausages, and you have to take the sausages to like a sell point, basically. So it would kind of be a neat little addition to I don't know, the animal processing, I guess. And I'm pretty sure there's beef in there too, but I'm not 100% on that, so we will see. And there might be some stuff related to sheep. I'm not sure about that. I'll have to check out the mod first to see what it's all about. But definitely one of the placeables we're going to get probably is, I think, the sawmill to make planks. And I think that we're going to get the... there's one to make pallets as well. And I think there's one other stage you can get after that as well that we'll have to take a look at. So... Alright. And I think what I'm going to do this time is, like, I use the New Holland T7 to plant with the Great Plains, and I just find it just, I think what's happening is it's a bit too, there's too much weight behind the Great Plains for the T7, or any kind of tractor I've noticed that uses it, it'll be able to plant with it, but what happens is it kind of like, it's like, feels like it's top heavy, or like front heavy, I guess. It's really strange. That's been my experience with that, because what's happened is more than once now, it's been like, it feels as if it's just a little bit too top heavy. It's really bizarre. So I'm gonna try planting with the case stacker, which is way overkill for that planter. I guess it's not. Like, yeah, it is. I'm like, well, maybe it's not. I'm like, no, it kind of is. So I'm just gonna try it out and see what it's like. See how it looks. Green and red. I don't know how that's gonna look together, but we'll have to just double check to see how well it actually plants with it, and if it has any problems, because I think it's just due to like a weight issue or weight transfer or something like that. So, all right, just finishing up the last couple passes here. I think this is a second last pass on this field here, and then we'll get around to planting some oilseed radish or tillage radish, is what I'm going to go for. Just because we never really do that. Actually, you know what I should check is this to see if we can even plant right now. Oh yeah, you totally can. Oilseed radish. Oh no, you can't. That's too early still. So I'll have to wait. So this will be ready for fall. Okay, good to know. I could plant poplars now, though, apparently, or grass. But I don't know if the grass would be ready, as I mentioned before. So I could plant it right now, but it may not be ready by late fall. I don't know. I'm not certain about that, actually. That would be kind of a curious test as well, to see how late you could plant the grass before, well, and how late you could plant the grass and how long it would be until it's ready. So this is day 8 of the summer is when my, whoa, what's going on there? That must be when I plowed. That's why it's getting all bumpy, yeah. So this is day 8 of summer, and this is when, this day, I guess it was day, I guess it's the same day, yeah, when our winter wheat was ready, so it seems a little too late for me. Well, I guess in real life it would be too late where I live, at least. But based on the, let's get this little piece over here. Based on, there we go, let's adjust that. Based on the current season it's set on, which is, it's based in UK, not in Ontario, in my situation. So, because of that, that's why it seems a bit weird to me. Alright, here's the last pass here. Let's get the turn here. Might as well get the corner there. And do a little bit of overlap, but not too much. There we go. Yeah, so that's why it's based in the UK, so that's why it's late in the late summer as opposed to earlier summer. So what I think I'm going to do is I am going to adjust the season. At the end of this, like in the fall, I'm going to look to adjust the seasons so it's more approximate to my location as opposed to England. And I know you can do this because Shy Wizard left a comment, and he left a file demonstrating how he's adjusted the, or she, I'm pretty sure it's a guy, last time I checked, how he's adjusted the seasons for his particular area. So I guess we can go here and just well, we're gonna clip that probably. Let's see here. Yeah, just a little bit. This is where it opens up in the end here. It's kind of strange. I guess we have one more pass left, which would be a little tiny little strip. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, Shy Wizard left a comment saying that it's possible to adjust the seasons as per your location, and Shy Wizard left a comment with the file that he has used to adjust the seasons for his map. So I will definitely have to take a look at that once again. And I forget where he's located. I want to say he's located in North America, but I cannot remember specifically. So it is possible to adjust the seasons, and I don't think it's a very difficult adjustment. I think it's in an XML file, basically, so. There is actually, I think it's on the Mod Hub, there's a seasons file for Germany. So if you're in the Germany area, or Europe, I guess, you can change the seasons for Germany. But I don't think there's one out for any other location yet, so like North America, for example. But it's also going to be different in different areas as well. So if you're in Ontario, or if you're in, like, let's say Alberta, or if you're in, you know, Eastern Canada, like in Nova Scotia, something like that. So there we go. That's that field done. Excellent. Like I said, it doesn't take very long with this big cultivator. The last little bits there. Excellent. Turn off GPS because we don't need that anymore. And wait for that to fold up before we start driving away. Now, if you want to be all serious, that's what you got to do, but if you don't care, then, well, you can just drive away while it's folding up. Done that before, that's for sure. Nice hot coffee. I definitely refilled my coffee while I was recording this. Also, apparently I feel, and I can hear myself, I sound a bit stuffed up, which is a bit annoying. So I apologize for the weird sounding stuffed up. Now, maybe it got better from the time I started until now, I don't know. So, which is entirely possible, to be honest with you. Alright, no one's coming, no one's coming. Good. Let's make the turn here. I just realized that sign says cow crossing. Excellent. Also, if you've ever driven an articulated vehicle with a keyboard mouse versus a steering wheel, I recommend trying it with a steering wheel once to see what the difference is. Because with a steering wheel, articulated vehicles are awesome, but with a keyboard mouse, they're not so great. So, at least that's been my experience. Just depending on what you're trying to do, at least. Like if you're trying to use the wheel loader with the keyboard mouse, it's not. It's definitely doable. Don't get me wrong, but I find the experience a lot more pleasurable when I use the steering wheel. That's for sure. Apparently, I left the Quadro in the field there. Probably not the best thing. It's a lease though. You know how they say, drive it like a rental. So, actually, you know where I could put this? I'm gonna put it right over there, out of the way this time, because this thing has been in the way for ages now. Alright, right over here. And I wonder if the crop gets destroyed by all the tires. Yep, looks like it does. I wasn't certain. There we go. And let's put the tractor away. I won't wash it right now. It's not the end of the season yet. Put it back in the this is the Steiger shed, basically, where I put the Steiger and most of the equipment. So if I could back up the cultivator, I would probably put it in here, but alas, it does not work that way. Excellent, cool. Alright folks, that'll be it for me for today. Just realizing the time now. We're gonna end it there for now, and maybe when we come back next time, it'll be probably mid-fall, I'm guessing, something like that. And then we'll be able to do a little bit of planting of maybe some winter canola, if you can do that. I don't know. I know you can plant it. Let's just double check. You can plant canola in the fall, but I don't know. It just seems bizarre for me. I don't think we'd. In my neck of the woods, you'd never plant canola in the fall. Barley, wheat, oats. I could plant oats actually, because we do have oats, rye, milo, and spelt. But spelt doesn't have. I guess it follows triticale. It doesn't say it does though. But that's probably what it definitely follows. So whenever you have like an additional fruit on your map, like oats or rye or milo, whatever, it's classified as barley basically. So it just follows the same pattern as this right here. So theoretically, you can plant them in the fall. Anyways, my name is Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, would you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more County Line. I'll catch you guys later.